Great wholesome Sunday, 15th day of October, 2023, on this 33rd year of our Lord as this awesome and great and amazing individual as me. Yo, great Sunday, people. Great Sunday. We can't change the world, but we can change ourselves, and in changing ourselves, influence our sphere of influence and the world around us. Oh shit, I came on to the wrong live. Or is it? Is it? Alright, family, I usually go on my other account, SCL Master Builder 333. I've been reading Proverbs for the last 15 days. Today is Proverbs 15 by King Solomon, i.e. the soul of man, the wisest and richest soul that has ever lived. Solomon, the soul of man, which lives in the temple of God, which is the body of man. You get what I'm saying? I'm no theologian. I'm no religious fanatic. I'm just a student of life. You get what I'm saying? I'm just a student, man. I'm just a humble student. I don't know nothing. I'm just a fool that does his best to think and to share his thoughts in the most articulate and informative fashion that he can come up with. So I guess I'll stay on this live, and I'll go on my other phone and log into my other account and go live there as well, so that I can continue on with this consistency. Consistency is key, family. Some people feel some type of way because there's rich people in this world that are not righteous. You get what I'm saying? Greetings to everybody that has joined. But nature is fair. This is what we got to understand. Nature is fair. Nature doesn't care if we're righteous or not. Nature is fair. If we do the work, if we are diligent, nature rewards us. If we sow a seed, we will grow a tree, a bush, a vine, whatever it is that seed is supposed to bring forth. So if we do the work, nature will reward us, whether we're righteous or unrighteous. Nature is fair in that sense. In the same way, if we don't sow, we don't get anything, whether we're the most righteous individuals or not. Great day again. Great wholesome Sunday, this 15th day of October. Today is Proverbs 15. Gotta repeat it, alright? And we'll go straight into it. Damn, Proverbs 15 is a long one. Yo, check it. We can't control what's going on in the world. Alright? We cannot control what's going on in the world. We can only control what's going on within ourselves. And in focusing on things that are positive, that are lovely, that are of good report, we can project that energy and influence the world in the way that is necessary. We can be of a positive influence that inspires, that incites action through the illuminating information that we can bring out into the world, which invites positive actions out of everybody around us and in our sphere of influence. There's a lot of crazy going on in the world, man. There's a lot of crazy that's been going on in the world for a very long time. The only difference today is that we have the technology, the technological advances, the technological tools to be able to share, our discontent with what is going on in the world. It's pretty hard to teach old dogs new tricks, so the best thing that we can do is figure out how to remedy what's wrong within ourselves that's contributing to the wrong that we're seeing in the world, and then to do our best to teach the youth to do better, to help the youth understand that what is going on today is wrong. Male and female made it them so that we can continue to procreate and continue to create, some positivity out in the world. Now, man will try to change what nature, what the cosmos, what we call God, has already made. You get what I'm saying? Like, what nature provides is good for us, but a lot of the things that man makes are detrimental to us. Like, nature made natural foods for us to eat. Then we have man-made food-like products which only serve to, deteriorate and destroy this body. That's why we should heed wise counsel, so that we don't fall prey to the deceptions and manipulations of evil men that are willing to sacrifice the goodness and benefit that they could be of to their brothers and sisters, to the community, for profits. We have wars going on today where the loss is blood, the youth of nations, and the profits is the money gained through, these various corporations that profit off of the continual suffering of the world, of people. This war on tierra, earth, is a war on peace. Now, it sucks because I served in the military, so I was, after coming out, I firsthand, experienced, what it was to wake up and realize with an undivided eye that I was a tool of this corporate-run state that we call the United States of America, the strongest and most powerful empire that has existed over the last 5,000-10,000 years. You get what I'm saying? The most technologically advanced empire that has existed. This is the new Atlantis, the United States of America. We have over 800, 900 military bases all over the world. We could have peace, but instead we choose to, allow ourselves to be governed, or our politicians that are put in place to be bought up tools of corporations, which induce these politicians through insider trading to violate their own moral and ethical compasses for the short-term gains that they can make for themselves and their family at the expense of the populace that they are elected by to serve. Everything is jacked up. Up is down, down is up, good is bad, and bad is good. That's the world that we live in today. How do we change this? We start with the self. We start changing the things that we consume through our visual cortex, through our audible cortex, and the things that we consume through our mouths, the things that we ingest. We focus on developing our faith, our fitness, our relationship with family, friends, our relationship with money, with our finances, our relationship with the vision of a better future, by reducing the amount of toxic contents that we consume, news, entertainment, and things of that nature, and instead transition to something more positive and productive and proactive, and that is proficient toward our desirable outcome in our life. You get what I'm saying? And henceforth transforming and increasing our vibrational frequencies, so that all that we attract and all that we project out into reality is something positive, productive. You know what I'm saying? That influences our posterity, our children, those that will come after us, in a positive and productive and proactive way. And we come back to, again, Proverbs 15, the Proverbs of Solomon, the soul of man, the wisest and richest that has ever lived. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools poureth forth foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises a father's instruction, but he who receives correction is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise despise knowledge, but the heart of fools does not do so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayers of the upright are his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Most High, but he who loves him follows righteousness. Harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord, so how much more the hearts of the sons of men. A doubter does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is of a merry heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the mindfulness of the Most High God than great treasures with trouble. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. We live in a society that encourages eating death, and at many levels the ignorance of so many encourage the consumption of death, which only engenders further internal death. I used to be a big lover of meat. I started killing my own animals at 10 years old after seeing my grandmother do it when I first traveled to the Dominican Republic after having, a little bit more reason. And for me, it was something that was normal. I didn't know that it was unnatural, but it was something that was normal to, peel the neck back, slice the throat, throw it on the ground as it jumped around, bleeding all over the place, grabbing another one, punching it till it died, grabbing another one, slicing its neck. And, it took me to the age of 26, almost 27, 26 and a half, to realize that what I had been doing for over 16 years of my life, or for 26 years eating animals, you know what I'm saying, was something that was normal but unnatural in the sense that it didn't contribute to the healthiest form of living for us human beings. See, like us humans, we can survive on damn near fucking anything. We can survive a nuclear explosion, and like roaches, we'll still come out and somehow survive. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just how perfect this biological machine is. You get what I'm saying? It can overcome anything. Just look at how long the system controllers of this paradigm, this matrix, right? That's what like people like to call it, right? But it's just man playing tricks on other men. You get what I'm saying? Look how long they have been trying to just manipulate genetically this human organism to make it more susceptible to misinformation, to toxic foods that disrupt the endocrine system, the hypothalamus, the pineal pituitary gland, the thyroid. So many people deal with thyroid issues in our nation, you know what I'm saying, with so many hormone problems, with the pancreas, with the heart, with our intestines, with our sexually reproductive organs, to reduce, the number of people on this planet, to our digestive issues. Like, look how many people deal with colon cancer. The number one leading cause of death in the United States is heart disease. Better is a dinner of herb with love is than a fatted calf filled with hatred. A lot of people in this nation hate watching, when vegans go out here and they put out these videos of like what's really going on in these factory farms, and people get butthurt at them for being having such a strong conviction against the slaughter of animals, and how it is done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing, like, you got animals seeing their own brothers and sisters and cousins getting slaughtered, and they're smelling this blood, and they're their body is releasing all this chemical of fear and anxiety and stress as they're literally walking into death. And then people are literally just going into breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, consuming all this death and disorder and all this anxiety and all this stress and all this pain that these animals just feel. You hear what I'm saying? Because we can't threaten an animal with death. We can't threaten. You can't threaten an animal with death like you could threaten a human. Because animals can't perceive the future. Only we can develop anxiety over what is about to happen. But if an animal sees that it is about to get killed because it already saw what happened to the one before him, and they start panicking, and all that panic, all that, fear that these creatures feel, that's what humans are consuming in the United States and around the world, that are consuming factory farmings. Individuals that live in farms and that they do their own, killings, and the animal doesn't see other animals dying right before they get killed. Like, they're eating a different kind of meat than the meat that most people in this country are eating. I personally, once I realized that it was normal, culturally acceptable, and something that was tradition and a custom, rather than something that was natural, and that my biology wasn't designed to thrive on animal, yet I can survive on animals, that made the shift in me. And it's been 7 years since I last, ate a piece of flesh. And it's because of that. It wasn't because I didn't like the taste of bacon. You get what I'm saying? Like, bacon was my motherfucking shit. It wasn't because I didn't like a medium well done or medium well rare, a little bit of red steak or a burger. Everywhere I went in the United States, whether it was California, Florida, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, anywhere I went to the best. I'm on maps looking up the best burger shops because I used to love meat. You get what I'm saying? I used to love the taste of freaking meat. I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps, and every day of those 5 years, I used to eat like between 3 and 6 eggs like every rising, every morning. So like, I was the biggest meat eater in my family too. Once I stopped eating meat, a lot of like the consumption dwindled. They didn't stop. I'm not one to force my beliefs on anybody. I'm just gonna share the information. I'm gonna share the information, and I'm gonna let every individual make the right choice. I'll hope, but I can't set my expectations on anybody. And I hope that anybody that consumes any of the information that I do my best to share in the most informative and illuminating fashion does the same thing. You know what I'm saying? What they learn and the changes that they make. Don't try to force your beliefs or your understanding on other people. Share the information with love and enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? Do your best to encourage. Hope for the best, but set your expectations always on yourself. I always set my expectations on myself, and I always expect the highest out of myself, and I hope for the best out of myself. I hope for the best for others, but my expectations are always on myself, so I'm never disappointed by what other people do. And it's always best if you work like that. Hope for the best. Always prepare for the worst. You get what I'm saying? That's why we train our body, so that it is not disobedient to the mind when the mind needs the body to act in the fashion that is necessary to accomplish the desired result that is necessary for that moment. And we go back to the book where we was at. A wrathful man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger allays contention. The way of the lazy man is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the upright is a highway. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish son despises his mother. Folly is joy to him who is destitute of discernment, but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Without counsel, plans go awry, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. Without counsel, plans go awry. Always seek counsel, family. You do not know it all. No one person can have all the information in the world. No one person can know it all. No one person can do it all. We're all going to need some assistance at some point in time in our journey through life, in this process of life, and in as it relates to our faith, as it relates to our fitness and physical development. You know what I'm saying? Our health and wellness, as it relates to our relationship with friends, or with family first, right? With family, as it relates to our relationship with friends and colleagues and business partners, as it relates to our relationship with finances. You get what I'm saying? That we're not going to be able to accomplish all these things on our own. We're always going to need assistance. We are not born alone, and we do not die alone. We are born as individually, and we will die an individual death. We will reach the end of this physical body's life cycle individually, but we will never transition alone unless you freaking transition from this physical life into whatever other life you've created for yourself based on how you live in this one, in a freaking desert somewhere by yourself. You get what I'm saying? The body is temporary, but the soul can be made eternal. The body is temporary, but the soul that is your personality, the character, the memories that you create, you know what I'm saying? The mindset that you've developed, the willpower that you've cultivated, and the emotional understanding that you've gained, that is your soul. Your memory becomes eternal when you live a life worth remembering. When you live a life that you've been impacting, individuals throughout your lifetime. That's why there are individuals that are eternalized in spirit, and we still speak their names to this day. Many of them come from this book. Many of them come from other aspects of life. One of the ones that has been immortalized and has influenced me dang near almost 2,000 years after his passing is the great emperor and the great Roman emperor and philosopher king, Marcus Aurelius. You get what I'm saying? His philosophy, his book Meditations, which I found at 26, impacted my life greatly, and it got me to look at God as not something outside of me, but as something greater than me that I should always look towards pleasing. Life is God's gift to us. Life is nature's gift to us. Life is the universe, the source of creation's gift to each individual human being. What we choose to do with our individual life is our gift to God, to humanity, to nature, to whatever you want to call that which is the source of all things, which we are an extension of, living our own individual experience, or it living its own individual experience through the trillions of multiplicities of living organism that it has manifested itself into. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good it is. The way of life once upward for the wise, that he may turn from hell below. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, or, as I like to say, the house of the arrogant, but he will establish the boundary of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house. See these individuals at the top, you know what I'm saying, at the top of this pyramid. The reason they continue to militarize the nations of the world, the reason they continue to over-militarize the nations of the world, is because their greed troubles their own house. They fear that what they have done to the populations of the world will be done to them, because that's how they view everything. You get what I'm saying? That's why they put out what they're going to do before they do it, because it saves them from, I don't even know if the word is right, divine retribution. You get what I'm saying? So they let the world know what's going to happen. So therefore they're not lying to the world. And so if we allow these things to happen, what they've already predicted or pre-programmed into people's subconscious through the movies, through the media, through the various forms of relating their message, of channeling their message into the world, mediating what it is that they plan to do with the world, then it's okay, because the populace has allowed it. That's why we shouldn't accept none of these things that are happening around the world, you know, in here or in here. We should reject it. What is it? And those who hate bribes will live. They will live eternally in the minds of those that they influence by living an honorable life. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's many politicians that left Washington, you know, rejecting all of this garbage. Rand Paul is one that's, you know, still does podcasts on YouTube, and respectable individual. And let us return. The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones healthy. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the wise. He who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. The love of the Most High God is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Before honor is humility, family. And a good report, a wise tongue makes the bones healthy. In the good book, it tells us that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who abide it and are mindful of their mouth, of their words, will eat its fruit. In the beginning was the Word, and that Word eventually became flesh. As we think, as we feel, so we speak, and as we speak, so we become. That's why it is important for us to be mindful of the words that come out of our mouth. As one of the 4 agreements suggests, be ye impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. Use your word never to gossip, but only to create and to promote positive things in life. If you meditate on anything, if you speak anything, let it only be lovely, powerful, empowering things. Enrich your personality, enrich your character, enrich the words that come out of your mouth. Make the words that come out of your mouth rich, so that you enrich your entire sphere of influence. But other than that, my other phone has died. I don't know what to do. Do I go live again on the other account, or how do I do this? See, this is how the universe works, man. Consistency is key. That's all I'm gonna say. Consistency is key. Be consistent with right thoughts. As within, so without. As above, so below. As a man thinketh, as an individual thinketh, so he, she becomes. Thoughts, like words, produce vibrations. Everything in this physical reality vibrates. It all vibrates at different rates. Everything has a frequency. Just look at our phones. They operate on electrical magnetic frequencies. All technology operates at an electrical magnetic frequency. Everything on this planet has an electrical magnetic frequency. The earth, the animals, the humans. Everything is not matter. Everything is energy. Energy at different rates of vibrations creates different forms of matter. In rocks, it sleeps. In plants, it dreams. In animals, it wakes up. And in human, it becomes conscious and self-aware and begins to look around and ask questions. But all is energy. In English, we call it energy or spirit. In Chinese, they call it qi. In Japan, they call it ki. And in Hinduism, they call it prana, the breath of life. And out of the dust of the earth, it made clay and breathed the breath of life into it. Your consciousness become flesh. Be mindful of your words. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of your feelings. so that your actions are a reflection of the level of mindfulness and self-discipline and self-awareness that you have cultivated within yourself, so that you can share that with the rest of the world, with your family, with your friends, with your community, and so that over time we can shift this paradigm that the ignorance and unmindfulness that has been cultivated in the masses can change over time. Focus on the children. Confucius said, if your plan is for a few months, plant flowers. If it is for years, plant for 10 years, plant trees. But if your plan is for 100+ years, educate the children. Give me a child to the age of 7 and I will show you the man. Educate your children. Let them know that if you're sending them to school because you don't have the means and capacity to homeschool them at home because of financial things, let them know, listen, you're going to this place and they're going to tell you some things that are right, and then they're going to tell you some things that are not right. And I'm going to tell you what is. I'm going to do my best to teach you what is. Math, spelling, and reading are the only really good things that you're going to learn in this place. A lot of the other stuff is going to be a whole bunch of garbage they're going to try to confuse you with. Your duty is to figure out truth from fiction, facts from feelings, and then act accordingly based on the morals and ethics that I, as the parent, have done my best to impart onto you so that you can be a successful and productive individual in this social construct that we call a society. Other than that, it's been a real one. Remember to always do your best, a little bit more but nothing less. Seek always wisdom. Ask not but give thanks to the Most High for the serenity and peace of mind to accept the things that cannot be changed, the courage and confidence to change the things that you can't, and the wisdom, understanding, and discernment to know the difference and to act accordingly. Always asking that the Most High always reveal to you your true place and purpose in life, that you may always do what is right and what is most amicable and productive for yourself and for humanity, that you may be of the highest possible value to all who come into your sphere of influence. Always doing good for the good that it can generate. Always treating others and doing unto others as you would have others do unto you and unto yours, and never changing yourself because of how other people treat you, but instead changing the people that you treat and deal with. Never allowing the world of mankind to change you into something that goes against what you have been born to do, to be a great and excellent individual, because excellence and greatness is all that is within you. All you need to do is just do the work to embody the body of the individual that has everything that you desire in life. Everything you desire that is good and righteous is already yours. You need only embody it and give thanks for the process that it took you to get there. It's already yours. No great architect builds a road going nowhere. No great architect and designer creates anything useless. No great architect and designer creates anything stupid. That would be going against its own nature, and it would be disrespectful and shameful to itself. You have been wonderfully designed to do incredible things. Believe in yourself. Also believe in others. And do your best. Other than that, you have a great evening. It's been your guy, Sosa, aka Super Conscious Living, Super Conscious Thoughts, the one that was once deleted, i.e. Intuitively Guided 999 on this IG Live. Yo, it's been nothing but love. All these videos go up into the YouTube as Super Conscious Sosa, SUPRA Conscious Sosa on the YouTube channel. And it's all love. All right, you have a great Sunday evening, and may I enjoy the rest of these days ahead. You ain't weak, you strong. All right. So have a great one.